Rachel, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm really good. I'm really happy to see you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, after the last session, tell me, what's been happening?
So, well, I have this friend, right? I've been kind of caught in like a very sticky situation this week. So, really good friend. We were roommates in college for a little bit, only a year. Okay, but everyone always says that you find like that person in college, you know? And so, like we were together a lot. We didn't have like the same schedule or anything, so still, you know, but we like to do the same things, kind of cut from the same cloth, or so I thought. And so, this week she comes in, she left the school that we were at. And so she had moved back home, which was fine. She didn't like it. I just wanted her to be happy, you know? Like, don't stay at somewhere where you don't want to be. So she left, and then kind of, I don't know, when you're with someone all the time, you kind of have that natural kind of separation of just not being together,
sure.
Right? And I would always try to go see her, but she would never come my way. I never like thought anything about it. But then I was like, okay, like, kind of felt one-sided to me, but I never really confronted her about it.
One-sided.
And then all of a sudden she came out and she told me that she was lesbian. And I was like, whoa. And you know, that's such like a big thing in our society today.
Yeah,
and I never had a problem with it, but now that it's in front of me and it's someone that I truly like cared about, like I have a different feeling about it, like.
Wow. Yeah, no, that
And it
sounds
totally,
like it,
and it's not like
shocked you.
Yeah, completely. And it's not like she had just broken up with a boyfriend that she was with for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, okay.
And so, so she broke up with him, right? And then so it's not like she went straight into the relationship with her partner now, but it was like 4 or 5 months. You know, but she would always look for it in the wrong places. Like, she would get so upset if she would go on, like, different, like, social media sites, and, like, guys would, like, bail on her. They would, like, only want to sleep with her, and I'm like, well, that's not really the place. That's not the place to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And so she would get frustrated. But then when she came out and told me that, like, I truly had no words, because I really never saw that coming, you know? And so now I'm stuck in this situation, like, how am I supposed to respond to someone I really care about and, like, she's mad at me, and she's saying that I'm not a good friend, right? So she calls me, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, like, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, like, what's up? You know, I didn't think, she's very lighthearted on the phone, and she's like, well, I've been seeing someone. And I'm like,
Oh, good.
I'm excited, you know, like, and I'm like, oh, who is he, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, like, you know her. And I was like, what do you mean? And I didn't catch the her part, you know, right? And I was like, what do you mean? Oh, I know him. Like, is he from school? And she was like, no, like, Rachel, I'm seeing her. And I was like, because I initially met the girl before. Just when I went to go visit her, they actually worked together.
Okay.
So I like met her along the way, and I knew she was lesbian, and I was like, whatever, cool, like whatever floats your boat,
Sure.
you know. But then when Lizzie said that she was dating her, I was like, what do you mean that you're dating her? Like,
Yeah, it sounds like you were like just really taken aback by it, like
yeah,
total shock.
And
yeah.
Lizzie kept getting mad at me because I was like, well, she's furious at me because she's like, you didn't respond in the way that I wanted you to respond. And like, so I didn't really say much to her, like when she told me, like I think we sat in silence for like at least 2 or 3 minutes because I was like genuinely, I didn't know what to say, I didn't know how I felt about it, you know, and it was like, man, like.
That seems like it would be a lot to process in a short amount of time.
Yeah, and it was like, I don't know, and she thinks I'm not being a good, like, supportive friend because I don't, and it's not necessarily that I don't support it, it's almost like, I don't know how I feel about it yet, and I don't know if it's truly her changing like her sexual orientation, or if it's us just like naturally drifting apart, where it's like, am I just blaming, you know, like am I just saying,
or is it just the natural ebb and flow of a friendship that okay, let me ask you again, just to clarify, you said that she said to you that you didn't respond in the way that she wanted you to?
Yeah, no, exactly. So she
and
then I was like, well, how did you want me to reply?
That was the next question. How did she want
I was like, how did you want me, what did you want me to say to that? And she was like, I don't know, like you could have been supportive. And like to me, like not saying anything or keeping like a really neutral, like okay answer was like that's all that I could give at the time. And she was like, well, like you're a horrible friend. Like if this is what makes me happy, then like why aren't you happy for me?
And that sounds like it was like hurtful. Like,
because like I take a lot of pride in like how I treat my friends, and so I'm like, and so then I got mad because she told me that I'm like, so it all got out of control, and then like her mom calls me and her mom's in disbelief about it, and so it's like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to say, and I tried to like take a step back and like not. We hung up the phone, and I was like, we ended the conversation. She wasn't mad at me like in the heat of the moment, like when she told me. But then, come the next day, the next afternoon, she texted me and she's like, hey, like, that's when she started pretty much ripping me a new one.
Okay, so this was after the initial conversation. Okay, so
pretty much
she had time to reflect on it. Okay.
Yeah, ripped me a new one about how I replied, and I was like, and that's when I asked, okay, like, what do you want from me here, you know, like, truly, what do you want?
But that was good on your end, like, you actually thought, okay, to ask her, like, well, how would you have wanted me to respond? That was opening up the communication.
Yeah,
at least.
but I thought so anyway, and then she was just, but then she didn't have, like, a definitive answer, and so I'm like, I don't know, I truly don't know what you want me to say, and I don't know if it's, like, if it's actually her becoming lesbian that I'm uncomfortable with. Like, I don't know if that's the issue that I'm, like, stuck on, or if it's the issue that me and her are just going in different paths, and, like, I'm not. You know, people just are, they also, like, outgrow each other or whatever, but, like, and so I wonder, now that it's been, like, a few months since she told me, right, it's been a few months since we've had the conversation, but things haven't really been, like, the same between us since that kind of like conversation. And so I'm like, well, was that just like, was that because of the conversation? Was that because she's lesbian and I don't agree with her being lesbian? Or is it really the lesbian I have a problem with? Or is it the life choices that she's making? Because she just like, she goes out all the time, and she dropped out of school, and like all these things, and just like a big like accumulation of things.
It sounds like there's like kind of a snowball effect there.
Yeah, and so I'm like, but the girl is really nice. Like I've met the girl and she's really nice, but it's like, I don't know. It's just, it makes me uncomfortable, and I don't know what makes me uncomfortable. And I don't like how the relationship between me and her is, and I don't know if it's us just growing apart, or am I really in the wrong to not agree with it?
What makes you feel like I know you mentioned there's a couple, but what part makes you think it could be that you're just growing apart? Like where
we just don't talk as much. You know, when I was still in school and she had moved back home, I was in we weren't too far from each other. We're only like 4 hours maybe. So a weekend trip was like normal. But it would always be that I was going to her. And I would normally offer that because sometimes I just wanted to get out of town for the weekend, you know? But it was never the other way. And like, she didn't come to my graduation. She didn't come to like big events that you kind of just like expect. I shouldn't say it, but like, I guess if they don't know of your expectations, and they don't know. But like, she didn't come to like some really big things, and so I'm like, it just feels very one-sided. Like it's always me texting her, me calling her, or me putting in the effort, and like,
I was going to say it does, from what I'm hearing you say, it sounds like that you've put in quite a bit of effort and have really like tried more so on your end than hers to try to keep those connections open.
Yeah.
And then to be, you know, kind of blindsided by this information.
Yeah.
That's going to be extremely frustrating and confusing.
And it's, I think it's frustrating because I don't know, like, we had another conversation where I was like, hey, look, like, I'm sorry, like, I apologize, like, hey, like, I'm sorry that I didn't respond in the way that you wanted me to respond. Like, I genuinely didn't know what to say, like, it really took me off guard, but, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're happy, like, okay. But she was like, well, and she kind of took it, and I don't know if I like truly meant that when I said that. I meant that I was sorry, but I meant like if you're happy, then like okay. And it's not that I don't want her to be happy, but it's almost like deep down, I'm like, you could do so much better. And I'm not saying that lesbian or lifestyle is not good. Like that's not what I meant by that. But like all of her choices, like. They smoke weed all the time and they get drunk and she isn't in school anymore and she like
doesn't seem to be making good choices.
No, and so like I don't know if it's me being scared of having that confrontation of like, hey, like you can do better than this, or if it's actually like the relationship that I have the problem with and I'm just masking the relationship side. Because she always went, she's like, well, until I started dating her, like it wasn't an issue. You didn't have a problem with me. We weren't like this until I told you.
Interesting.
And so I'm like, well, like maybe it is. I don't know. But for other people, I'm like, whatever floats your boat. Good for you.
Well, and to go back to when you just said a few moments ago about apologizing.
Yeah.
And you said, I feel like I should, I felt like I should apologize.
Yeah.
But you said that you weren't sure if you really truly meant, well, whatever makes you happy. And I just, playing the devil's advocate here, what made you say it then in the first place? Like, what led you to...
I think that's what she wanted to hear.
Okay.
And I was ready for the confrontation to be over.
Okay.
Because I wasn't going to win that battle.
Mm-hmm.
My mom always says, like, pick your battles with people. Okay. And so I was like, but then other people would say, like, this is a battle to pick. And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I'm going to pick the battle, then I've got to have, like...
Maybe I should.
Yeah, and I've got to have a good understanding in myself of how I really feel. Like, I'm still really conflicted even months later about how I feel about it. And I'm like, I can't come and bring you something if I don't know how I feel about it, because that's not fair. I wouldn't want her to do that to me. It'd just be like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
So...
I definitely can feel, like, just the frustration and the anger.
Yeah.
In your tone and just from what you're describing, and I'm just like...
Yeah, and I think... part of me now, like as we've grown apart, I really see how one-sided like the entire relationship was. Like, she had moved back home already, but her parents got us front row basketball tickets. Nice. So I went to go see her. It was for my birthday, so I went to go see her. And that morning of my birthday, she wanted to get her hair done, or like she had an appointment to go, which whatever, cool, I don't care. And so she went and got her hair done, and then she went, we were just doing all these things, and it was one of my first birthdays away from home, and so, and it felt nice being around her family, because I was close with them, so, like, that kind of took away the, like, homemade, yeah, okay. But then we just did everything that she wanted to all day, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I called my mom crying, because I was like, it's my birthday, and she has no recollection. She didn't even, like, looking at herself in the mirror, like, oh my gosh, my hair looks so good, like, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, at one point she, like, actually stopped and was like, oh, like, I honestly forgot it was your birthday. Like, is there anything that you want to do? And I'm like, oh, okay, like...
That must have been very hard.
No.
That must have been hard to, like,